Welcome back to the KBC Larder. We're going to be talking about stocks and broths today. As you know, our philosophy at Kent Boot Camps is very much about eating good quality, naturally raised animals in a natural environment and eating whole. Essentially, we can only be as healthy as the food that we eat. We start eating processed foods, that's going to cause health issues long down the road. So, been doing a bit of research. It's been quite interesting. Came across a book which has just come out called the Nourishing Broth by Sally Fallon. She's written some great stuff on fats, but this talks about the history of broth and how we can start to reintroduce it into our lives and the health benefits. Back in 1908, there was a Japanese scientist that came up with something called MSG. You've probably heard of it. You reckon you probably link it to Chinese food. It's basically a food enhancement, and they also put it in things like OXO and stock cubes, because what they realised is that this taste can replicate natural stocks and broths and food types with a minimal cost or effort. So obviously from about 1910, especially in the UK, we started using it quite a lot to flavour foods. And especially after World War II, they started to use this big time. So the problem with that is that for centuries we've been starting from scratch, cooking broths and stocks from natural substances. So, people would cook bone broths, leftovers, to utilise basically the leftovers as well, but also to get nutrition and flavour food. Now, broths are amazing for general health. They're great for the bones, obviously, cartilage, inflammation, got good fats in them, very high mineral content, contains something called glutamic acid, which basically is great for healing the gut. It's great for the brain. It's a great way of stacking loads of nutrients into food. Can you imagine how many nutrients you get in a little cube which contains, hang on a sec, where's the ingredients? I can't find it, I can never find it, here we go, and one. Flour, salt, yeast extract, monosodium glutamate, disodium guanylate, colour, beef fat, flavourings, alkalized yeast extract, dried beef bone stock, sugar, onion powder, lactic acid. Contains wheat and gluten. Probably not as many nutrients in that than in stock that we've cooked from scratch that we can load into our soups, stews, and other foods. So what I would recommend, and what I'm just starting to get really back into, is to firstly buy a slow cooker. Slow cookers are great. Well, I try not to break it, because they cook things at very low temperature over a long period of time, so they break down the structures of bones and carcasses very slowly, so you don't degrade the proteins and the collagen. And also you can leave it, and you can go out to work, come home, food's done, hey presto. So it's only the effort it takes to go to the butcher, which I recommend, to get yourself some bones and some good quality meat that we're talking about. You could do that over a weekend, or we can even get it delivered, so there's no excuses. So go and get yourself a slow cooker. It's important to fill, just like you would normally a stock after you've eaten a Sunday roast, your carcass. Ideally some bone marrow. It's great for cartilage and collagen to get bones that contain a high cartilage content, because it's that collagen that turns to gelatin. Fill it up above the bone, stick in your carrots, your bay leaf and your leftovers or whatever you can. Put it on a slow cook and leave it. And when it's done, you'll find it kind of all turns to jelly, goes cold. You should be able to tip it upside down, and it's like a jelly content. It's high gelatin, and that's what we're looking for. You've got a good broth when you've got a good gelatin content, when it's all kind of looks like jelly. So that's going to be stacked with nutrients, great for the gut, great for the brain, brilliant for the bones, great for inflammation, good for your health, good for your family. Why wouldn't you do that? It's a great investment. So I hope that helps. Go out and buy this book. It's a great read. There's recipes in there. You can get it on Amazon for 7-8 quid. She's got another one called Nourishing Traditions, which is really good. Invest in some health and you'll get the rewards further down the line. Hope that helps. See you at boot camp soon.